And welcome back, everybody. S.T.E.P. Grim here, and this is the continuation of our Skyrim Chronicle, where we are trying to arrange for peace talks between the Empire and the Skyrim rebels, Ulfric. So, welcome back, Buxy. Nice to see you in the chat. Hopefully, Joa shows up a little bit later. And this has been a real adventure. And you two have been here almost every episode, I believe. Candlehearth Hall, no. I'm really looking forward to doing future Chronicles on Skyrim 1 because the game's just that fun. But 2, there are so many different mod configurations that you can do, and they all add a little bit of different flavor.
Give us a straight answer. He's a true Norman. He'll come around. Don't be so sure, man. We've intercepted couriers from Solitude. The Empire's putting a great deal of pressure on Whiterun.
And what would you have me do?
If he's not with us, he's against us.
He knows that. They all know that.
How long are you going to wait?
You think I need to send Borgruff a stronger message?
If by message...
Yeah, I think I was several episodes in, Buxy, but out of... I think we're on episode 102 right now, so even if it was 20 episodes in, you've still been here for most of them.
Ready to start this war in earnest,
Yes.
then?
Make it quick. I'm a busy
I have a message from the Greybeards.
It's about time they turned their gaze from the heavens back to our bleeding homeland. What do they want?
They want to negotiate a truce until the Dragon Menace is dealt with.
I have the greatest respect for the Greybeards, of course. And the dragon attacks are a growing plague. But the political situation is still delicate. Not all the Jarls are fully committed to supporting me as High King. I can't afford to appear weak. I can't agree to this unless Tullius himself will be there.
Let's try a persuade.
Alduin, the world eater of song and legend. If that's true, well, it changes the situation, doesn't it? Even Tullius may be forced to talk sense in the face of such a threat.
Yeah, so see, he didn't know about Alduin. That's what I was wondering about the last time when they were talking about people won't talk with each other. And I was saying, normally whenever there's a greater threat that's a common threat to two warring tribes or factions, they will put aside whatever differences they had, no matter how bitter, in order to deal with that existential threat. So I was a little shocked about that in the storytelling. But here we can see Ulfric does not realize it's Alduin. We should have been leading with that. We should be telling the whole world, hey, Alduin the World Eater is on the scene. Buxy says, I don't want to give you spoilers, but this quest will lead you to riding a dragon. Not as cool as it sounds. You'll be without a follower or chance to re-equip for a bit once you mount up. No one knows anything about Alduin or the why of it. Okay. Yeah. We should be leading with that and explaining that to people. That should be what we come out the gate with.
Soon. It's about time they turned their gaze from the... I can't afford to appear. Even Tullius may be forced to talk sense in the face.
So you'll come to the Peace Council?
Yes. I'll give Tullius one more chance to quit Skyrim with his tail between his legs.
I still say you should take them all out.
I think... I know Ulfric saw... Buxy's saying Ulfric saw Alduin at Helgen, but he may not have recognized him as Alduin. He may have simply understood, okay, dragons are back. I just wanted to warn you so you're properly equipped for what will come. Yeah, thank you. And I do believe that we have everything on us that I would want. I am battle equipped. Okay, so jump up here to Solitude. And we gotta get to General Tullius. Oh, I didn't start
If
my
you want
timer.
rumors, you should talk to Corpulus.
It's been about 6 minutes.
Coin or two for a veteran? It's not much to ask.
I've got a little work if you're interested, traveler.
There we go.
You know you can afford a septim or two.
Do you watch BSG? No, I don't. I'm not familiar with what that is. It doesn't strike a chord. Battlestar Galactica?
Return of the Dragonborn? And who among us could possibly hold
You
that
started
over
at 3
by
past the hour. 7 minutes.
That's kind of
Well, yeah, my stream started at 7 minutes, but my recording started at 6 minutes.
I've got weapons for heaven, armor for death.
There we go. Battlestar Galactica. Okay, I'm glad I was able to catch that. No, I don't watch that show. I've always heard that it's a pretty good sci-fi TV series, but because I game so much, I really find, and it's weird too, because there's series out there that I want to watch, but I just don't watch a lot of TV or hardly any movies anymore, really, either. And I just prefer playing games. I don't know.
Controlling the pale get the graybeards. What do those old hermits want with me?
The Tullus voice actor was Tig in Battlestar Galactica. Ah, okay. They're convening a peace council at High Hrothgar.
Why, there's nothing to discuss as long as that traitor Ulfric is in arms against his rightful emperor.
We need a truce until the dragon menace is dealt with.
They are getting to be a problem. But I wasn't sent to Skyrim to fight dragons. My job is to quell this rebellion, and I intend to do just that. Dragons or no dragons.
The dragons are a bigger problem than the Stormcloaks right now. The best time to negotiate is from a position of strength. Ulfric has already agreed to attend. Well, we'll again try the persuade.
You may have a point. It's getting difficult to even move troops around without attracting a dragon attack. By all accounts, the Stormcloaks are suffering just as badly. Even Ulfric might see the sense of a truce under these conditions.
You'll come to the Peace Council then?
Yes, fine. I'll come to this Greybeard Council. For all the good it will do. And we gave it to Elsa.
Alright. Well, that was relatively easy.
Would further legitimize her claim.
Perhaps.
Buxy says, Battlestar Galactica Season 1. Interesting but wobbly camera, which was the fashion. Oh, yeah. Season 2 is the best. Going downhill, but still good in Season 3. Season 4 was marred by a writer's strike and a terrible ending.
If you need potions, head over to Angela.
Tig is said Ty. Ah, okay. Ty. Well, which makes sense, because it's spelled like high. I actually was sort of wondering about that whenever I said it. The reason I said Tig, honestly, was because I thought I had remembered hearing his name is pronounced as Tig. That's the only reason I said it that way. So, good to know that I was wrong and that the pronunciation is actually more like what would make sense to me. Okay, High Hrothgar.
done it. Men of violence are gathered here, in these halls whose very stones are dedicated to peace. I should not have agreed to host this council. Greybeards have no business involving ourselves in such matters.
Don't worry, I'll get them to agree to peace. This was the only way to get Bulgriff's help. Let's soothe his worries, his concerns.
Peace? I doubt it. They may put their weapons down for a moment, but only to gather strength for the next bloodletting. They are not yet tired of war. Far from it. Do you know the ancient Nord word for war? Season unending. And so it has proved. But regrets are pointless. Here we are. Take your seat at the council table, and let us see what wisdom we can find among these warriors of Skyrim.
So, Arngeir, is it? You know why we're here. Are you going to let us in or not?
You are not invited here.
Oh.
You are not welcome here.
We have as much right to be at this council as all of you.
Drama already.
More, actually, since we were the ones that put the Dragonborn on this path.
Were you? Hubris of the Blades truly knows no bounds.
If it were up to you, the Dragonborn would sit dreaming on this mountain doing nothing.
Delphine, we're not here to rehearse or grudge. The matter at hand is urgent. Alduin must be stopped. You wouldn't have called this council if you didn't agree. We know a great deal about the situation and the threat that Alduin poses to us all. You need us here if you want this council to succeed.
I mean, they are subject matter experts.
Very well. You may enter.
All right. Wow, that was dicey from the get-go. We're walking on eggshells here. This is a big moment. Trying to establish a coalition.
Still here. Your wish is my command, as always.
So that we can begin.
What do you need? Still need me to do something?
Yeah, go wait over
I've got
there.
your back, as you command. What do you need? Okay, got it. Anything else?
Now that everyone is here, please take your seats so we can begin.
Buxy saying, I've seen all this 1,000 times. Gonna do some kitchen stuff for 10. Semi-listening. Okay, Buxy.
Your chief Talos hunter?
That didn't take long.
Here, here.
I have every right to be at this negotiation. I need to ensure that nothing is agreed to here that violates the terms of the White Gold Concordat.
She's part of the Imperial delegation. You can't dictate who I bring to this council.
Please, if we have to negotiate the terms of the negotiation, we will never get anywhere. Perhaps this would be a good time to get the Dragonborn's input on this matter.
Yeah.
What do you think? Are we going to let Ulfric dictate terms to us before the negotiations even start?
Ulfric, you're gonna have to express some tolerance here. She's not here to rule over you. She's here to make sure that a current existing treaty is not infringed upon, which is what you two are fighting over, and that's what we're trying to put on pause.
I'm glad we see eye to eye on this.
It doesn't help that I'm affiliated with the Imperials here. I forgot about that.
Out of respect for the Dragonborn and our graybeard hosts. She is to observe, nothing more. We are not negotiating with her. Is that clear?
Ulfric, why so hostile? After all, it's not the Thalmor that's burning your farms and killing your sons.
She's supposed to be on our
We
side?
know exactly. No. Not this time.
Now that that's settled, may we proceed?
I have something to say first.
Here we go.
The only reason I agreed to attend this council was to deal with the dragon menace. There's nothing else to talk about. Unless the Empire is finally ready to renounce its unjust claim to rule over the free people of Skyrim.
I knew he wouldn't be able to resist.
Temporary truce to allow the Dragonborn here to deal with the dragons, nothing more. I consider even talking to the Empire a generous gesture.
Are you done? Did you just come here to make speeches, or can we get down to business?
Yes, let's get this over with.
Are we ready to proceed? Jarl Ulfric, General Tullius, this council is unprecedented. We are gathered here at the Dragonborn's request. I ask that you all respect the spirit of High Hrothgar, and do your best to begin the process of achieving a lasting peace in Skyrim. Who would like to open the negotiations?
Yes, let's get down to it. We want control of Markarth. That's our price for agreeing to a truce.
So that's why you're here, Ulfric? You dare to insult the Greybeards by using this council to advance your own position?
Jarl Elisif.
General, this is outrageous. You can't be taking this demand seriously. I thought we were here to discuss a truce.
Elisif, I said I'd handle it. Ulfric, you can't seriously expect us to give up Markarth at the negotiating table. You hoped to gain in council what you've been unable to take in battle, is that it?
I'm sure Jarl Ulfric does not expect something for nothing.
Yes, that'd be entirely out of character.
Want in return?
Somebody's
General,
being
you don't intend to
sarcastic.
just hand over Markarth to that traitor.
This is how the Empire repays us for our loyalty?
Enough. First, let's be clear. This council wasn't my idea. I think it's a waste of time. You are a traitor to the Empire, and deserve a traitor's death. But I at least will negotiate in good faith. Since we're all here at your request, I'd like to hear what you think Markarth is worth.
Okay. Joa says, Aesop, your orc likes the Thalmor. No, he doesn't. I would take Dawnstar. Isn't Dawnstar the one with the college? No, it's not, is it? I think that's Wind something. Not Windhelm, but the other Wind. I would still take Dawnstar. I'm trying to think of geography also. Riften would give them a handhold in the southeast. That might be the more strategic location. Okay, I just changed my mind. We'll take Riften. I think this would be a more fair trade. For one thing, what I'm thinking is that that's a little bit underhanded by Ulfric. I mean, I'm not trying to pick sides or sow favoritism here. I'm just looking at the dialogue, and I think Tullius is absolutely right. You're trying to use this situation in order to wheedle something out, a special interest, whenever this is supposed to be a truce and about going up against Alduin. There shouldn't be any price to pay to get into that. It should just be we're going to agree not to fight each other for right now. We're putting everything on pause. And instead, Ulfric is trying to get a whole city out of it. I think that's underhanded. I don't respect that in the least. That actually, I think that's kind of weak. But, and so because of that, I want to make sure that there's an even-handed trade made here. Markarth has some corruption going on it too, so does Riften. I think this would be even.
The rift would help secure our communications with Cyrodiil. and threatened Ulfric's southern flank. You heard the man, Ulfric. We've made you a fair offer. Are you serious about these talks, or are you just here to posture?
I expected better from you, Dragonborn. I came here in good faith, despite your known Imperial sympathies. As for you, General Tullius,
we're done.
Garmar was right. Talking to the Empire is just as useless as ever. If you think you can hold Markarth, you're as deluded as your Emperor when he signed away our freedom to the Thalmor. Skyrim will never again bow to your false empire. Let's go, Garmar. I should have listened to you in the first place.
You always were a fool, Ulfric. You're no better at diplomacy than you are in the battlefield.
Stop! Are you so blind to our danger that you can't see past your petty disagreements? Here you sit arguing about nothing, while the fate of the land hangs in the balance.
Is he with you, Delphine? If so, I advise you to tell him to watch his tongue.
He is with me. And I advise you both to listen to what he has to say before you do anything rash.
Don't you understand the danger? Don't you understand what the return of the dragons means? Alduin has returned, the World Eater. Even now he devours the souls of your fallen comrades. He grows more powerful with every soldier slain in your pointless war. Can you not put aside your hatred for even one moment in the face of this mortal danger?
A very pretty speech. But what does
Shut
it have
up.
to do with the...
If he's right about Alduin, we both have just as much to lose here, Tullius. Remember that. Now, back to the matter at hand. Don't hand me a mug of sheep's piss and call it mead. These terms are still not acceptable.
I'm sure you have something in mind.
Damn right we do.
You surrender Hjalmarch to us, and take Idgrod Ravencrone with you. Sorely the Builder will take over as Jarl of Morthal.
Where do these demands stop, Ulfric? Do you expect me to surrender all of Skyrim?
It seems I have no choice but to let the Dragonborn decide, although I'm starting to doubt your fairness. What say you, Dragonborn?
Okay, I actually kind of didn't pick up on what it was that he demanded there. Hold on, Joa says, I would side with the Imperials too. I just wish the Civil War quest was more polished, so the Empire could free itself from Thalmor control. Yeah, or that there was a DLC or something for that, you know? I would have even done that. I would have paid for a DLC where the Empire... If the story was written in such a way that it would gravitate towards the Empire, then I would have bought a DLC where the Empire fought the Thalmor to free itself from the... What was it called? The White Star Concordant or something? But as I understand it, that's actually... There's actually a lot of complexity and depth to that. That is a huge, huge thing. I don't know if you could do that with DLC. A modder would probably have to delve into that because that is something that's going to spread across all of Cyrodiil, if I understand things correctly. That war would be global in nature for this world. Ulfric wants Markath. Yeah, but he just said something else there. Is it still Markath that he wants? Yeah, there are Civil War overhauls. I agree. The Empire should turn over Hjalmarch. Oh my gosh. Man, this is tough. I'm going to stick to my guns. I really think my position is that all...
Even the Dragonborn betray Skyrim. These terms are not acceptable. You know that.
I'm listening.
Don't play dumb, Tullius.
Bah, this is a waste of time. I can see that we won't get better terms from this council. So be it. The Sons of Skyrim at least for the greater good above our own interests.
It seems we may have an agreement. Jarl Ulfric,
Okay.
General Tullius. These are the terms currently on the table. Markarth will be handed over to Ulfric's forces. Jarl Igmund will step down, and Thungvor Silverblood will become the Jarl of Markarth. The Stormcloaks will withdraw from the rift, allowing Imperial troops unhindered access. Jarl Leila Lawgiver will step down, and Maven Blackbriar will become the Jarl of Riften. You both agree to this?
I shouldn't agree to terms that so blatantly favor the Empire. I have no choice, though, under the circumstances. But once Alduin is defeated, then it will be the Empire's turn. Remember, Evgir Unslav. You should be pleased, Elisif. You've done well for yourself as the Empire's pet Jarl. But beware, the Empire's loyalty is fickle. They will tire of this war, and then I will be the one dictating terms to you.
I have nothing to say to that murderer. General, you've proven yourself a good friend to Skyrim. I continue to trust that you will do your utmost to safeguard our interests.
Thank you, Jarl Elisif. I appreciate your loyalty. The Empire can live with these terms, yes, for a temporary truce, until the Dragon Menace is dealt with. After that, Ulfric, there will be a reckoning. Count on it. Taking control of the Rift was a great victory. Ulfric must be rather nervous with us so close to his doorstep.
Come on, come on.
Glass Sword of the Blaze added.
Giving up Markarth is a heavy price for this truce, Dragonborn. I hope it was worth it.
Jarl Balgruf, I assume you are familiar with the Dragonborn's plan?
Yes, I'm ready to do my part. Just say the word, and my men will help you spring this trap.
But the difficulty remains how to lure a dragon to Dragon's Reach at all.
Well, that's an excellent question. You haven't overlooked that little detail, have you?
I believe I can be of help here. I anticipated the problem. While you were arranging this meeting, I was busy in the library of Skyhaven Temple, an unguessed trove of lost lore. But the important thing is that the Blades recorded many of the names of dragons they slew. Cross-referencing this with Delphine's map of dragon burial sites, I believe I've identified one of the dragons that Alduin has raised up. Don't you see? The names of dragons are always 3 words of power, shouts. By calling the dragon with a voice, he will hear you wherever he might be. He's not compelled to, but dragons are prideful by nature and loath to refuse a challenge.
Yeah. Okay. Yep, we can use that against
them.
them.
Likely to intrigue this dragon after your victory over Alduin. I think it's very likely that he will be unable to resist investigating your call. Indeed. I'm no master of the voice, like these worthy gentlemen, but it is written here in the scroll. Odavin, winged snow hunter, as I read it.
Snow called dragon. Okay.
There's one more thing. We know
Hunter called dragon. Wing. Snow hunter wing. Okay. Learn shout. Odaving. Prepare trap for Odaving.
Parthenax, the dragon that the Greybeards have been protecting for all these years. He needs to die. He deserves to die. And it falls to you to kill him. Until he's dead. Well, I'm sorry, but we would dishonor our oaths as Blades if we continue to help you.
Do what you gotta do. We're in weird times right now. I suggest you try to find some flex in your game. There's our timer. Let's finish up this dialogue. Man, I do not like how stubborn everybody's been in this whole thing. This was supposed to be a peace accord, not a trade. I think everybody acted like a bunch of kids in this, which, I mean, in real life is kind of how it goes too, in my opinion. But let's see.
Make your choice, Dragonborn. You're either with us or against us. Here's the big picture. He helped Alduin enslave our ancestors. He may have betrayed Alduin in the end, but that makes him worse, not better. We can't afford to give Paarthurnax the opportunity to betray us in turn and return to his old master.
Absolutely not. When you refuse people a path to redemption, it's you that's the monster, in my opinion. You're the problem. You're the fly in the ointment.
If they had their way, you do nothing but sit up on their mountain with them and talk to the sky or whatever it is they do. The Greybeards are so afraid of power that they won't use it. Think about it. Have they tried to stop the Civil War or done anything about Alduin? No. And they're afraid of you, of your power. Trust me, there is no need to be afraid. Think of Tiber Septim. Do you think he'd have founded the Empire if he'd listened to the Greybeards?
Okay. So I think from her point, to take a little bit of the edge of my criticism off, I think from her perspective, she may not be the one who's holding a grudge and refusing any path of redemption for somebody who's apologized through and apologized through actions, not just through words. But she might see that as being a ruse, and that this dragon can't be trusted. That's a different kettle of fish right there. But at any rate, I don't really share those feelings with her at this moment. But I don't have the history with the dragons that she does. So anyway, we're going to get out of here. Let's save it. And we'll close this episode out, and I will see you guys momentarily. Again, I'm S.T.E.P. Grimm. Thanks for coming by the channel, and I will see you in the next episode where this story continues. Thanks for visiting S.T.E.P. Grimm's Chronicles. If you've made it this far in the video, please consider rating, commenting, subscribing, and sharing. I hope to see you in the next episode, and until then, stay shiny.